What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network. Today is December 5th, and I'm playing in the Limitless Online Series Weekly, which is expanded today. I am playing Mewbox, so just showing my list here real quick. If you're watching on December 5th, and it's still fairly early, that means I'm still playing in the tournament, so come by twitch.tv/Celio's Network to watch. Sorry, I just woke up. Whenever I record these day of deck profiles, I'm typically been awake for like 5 minutes and I'm recording whatever deck I decide to play and then hopping on over to Twitch to play it. Before we take a quick look at this deck, shout out to PotonStore.com, the best place for you to get PTCGO codes, and be sure to use code Celio for 5% off. So this deck is based around using Mew from Fates Collide, which has the Memories of Dawn ability. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any of your basic Pokemon in play. And then we are using Dimension Valley to make each of our psychic Pokemon's attacks cost 1 colorless less. So Mew is copying attacks like Spit Shot, which costs 3 colorless energy, but thanks to Dimension Valley, it is only costing us a DCE or a Twin Energy or a Counter Energy to copy that Cramorant V. Now, something different about my list compared to the typical lists right now. I've decided to not play the Cocoa Prism and the Lightning Energy. I'm playing all Special Energy. So I have 4 DC, 3 Twin, and 2 Counter Energy. One of the main reasons to play that is because I'm playing Sudowoodo with Watch and Learn. So Watch and Learn's really strong. If your opponent's Pokemon use an attack during their last turn, use it as this attack. So if your opponent takes the first knockout with something, say, Eternatus VMAX or Pikarom, or... I'm sorry, not Eternatus VMAX. That's my bad, because their attack specifically needs Dark Pokemon. But Snorlax VMAX or Pikarom, even if they attack with like a Zoroark GX, if they attack with some of the attackers in Turbo Dark, if they attack with one of the non-typical attackers in Eternatus, like the Darkrai GX with the first attack, something like that, you can use Watch and Learn. And there's a lot of fighting type weak Pokemon that are popular, like I just mentioned all of those Pokemon. And since Pikarom got 3rd and 4th in the last expanded tournament, and Snorlax VMAX got top 8, I imagine to hit probably one of each of those if I make it through all the rounds of Swiss. And Watch and Learn takes such easy knockouts on those decks, so I figured I would play this. Also, you can just trade pretty well with other single prize attackers with Sudowoodo as well. If your opponent takes the first knockout or your opponent gets ahead on the prize trade, you use teammates for Sudowoodo Counter Energy and you have a really good attacker for that turn. So some of the other attackers, Clefairy's not as good when you don't have the Tapu Koko Prism, because you can't use the Metronome attack outright itself. Because if you copy Metronome, you're hitting for Fairy weakness, which is good versus ADP, but you could still use the Metronome attack when you're copying it from Mew because of Dimension Valley. And when we're playing as ADPZ, we have the Pokemon Ranger anyway. Double is really strong for just kind of closing out games. After Pikarom takes 4 prizes, Revenge Blast knocks out a Pikarom, which is a notable number for Revenge Blast. Seismitoad EX, Waking Punch, 30 and Item Lock, always a strong option. Jirachi Stardust against decks like ourselves that are only playing special energies. We can discard that special energy and then prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to our Pokemon next turn, or done to the active Pokemon, which would be Mew, typically. We have Lugia GX to remove a huge threat. With Lost Purge GX, put your opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into the Lost Zone. This can be used against Aegislash-EX, something like that, that says it can't be damaged by things with special energy. We only have special energy, but we can just send it to the Lost Zone with Lost Purge GX. Zigzagoon and a couple Scoop Up Nuts to add damage. We have Bunnelby as kind of a soft answer to mill or control or stall. Also just really good for finishing off a game if our opponent plays their deck down to 2 cards, because it has the barrage ability, or the Omega Barrage ancient trait. This Pokemon may attack twice a turn. And we also have the Rototiller to get cards back from our discard pile into our deck. We have Mr. Mime to stop bench damage, since we have a lot of little guys in our deck. Target Whistle to put things like the Dene back onto their bench so we can just snipe it with Cramorant. Telescopic Sight, just playing one of these so we can hit like Crobats or Zeraora GXs, Pikachu Vs. We can just hit 190 Pokemon really, really easily with Spit Shot when we're copying that with Mew. Stealthy Hood, so we can attack if a Vileplume's in the active, and then we also have Dowsing Machine to get things like that back, like the 1 Whistle, the 1 Hood, the 1 Sight. Teammates is a really, really good supporter. Guz Mahal is also a great supporter for this deck, since we can just get supporter stadium tool. I think that's pretty much everything. Like I said, real short deck profile. Just wanted to update you guys with what I'm playing today. And if you're watching this on December 5th and it's still pretty early, then I'm definitely playing. Hopefully, if it's a little bit later in the day, I'm doing well and I'm in top cut, and I'll still be playing over on Twitch. So you can either check my Twitter, or just hop on over to twitch.tv/Celios Network to see if I'm still playing, if you want to watch my games live. But I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this deck profile for the expanded Mew Cram deck. It's one of my favorite decks to play. A couple weeks ago for the last expanded tournament, I played Set to Scorch Garbodor, and that was still a consideration for me. Oh, excuse me. That was still definitely a consideration for this tournament. I still think I was choosing between Senti, Mew Cram, and Pikarom. They're all really good decks. I might have been considering Mew Spread a little bit. But Mew Cram is just has more raw power, whereas Mew Spread can definitely run into some more issues. Mew Spread, of course, using things like Salamence V and Coco with Flying Flip and things like that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Be sure to use code Celio for 5% off over at potownstore.com. Also check on over at my Twitter. I have a discount code for signing up for the next GG Tour Chill Cup over on play.limitlesstcg.com. It's a $3,000 tournament, and it's $10 to enter, but $5 with my code Celio5, capital C and then all caps on the 5. But like I said, you could find that post over on my Twitter and in my Discord. But go check out that tournament. It's on December 24th, I believe. And yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily Pokemon TCG content, and I'll see you next time here on Celios Network.